Good morning, Mr. Aviles.
Morning, ma'am. How are you?
I'm dandy. How are you?
I'm just trying to be optimistic. You know what I mean? In a dark situation, I'm just trying to make light of it. That's all. You know?
Stand. So you are here for arraignment, so I do need to confirm that Harrison Thomas Aviles is your true name.
Yes, ma'am. It is.
Right. Miss Ebert.
Mr. Aviles, did we go over your rights at arraignment?
Yes, ma'am. We did.
Did you understand them fully?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you give me consent to put an X for your signature on that rights form?
Yes, ma'am.
Did we go over the charges and the maximum potential consequence for those charges?
Yes, ma'am. We did.
And you understood those fully as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, we waive formal reading and enter a plea of not guilty.
Not guilty, please will enter. Cause. What is the city's request with regard to release and conditions?
Your Honor, the city's requesting $2,500 on each count or on each charge. The defendant has 2 outstanding warrants at this time and a number of warrants since 2024. I believe one day before. Looks like a good 20-some warrants since 2024.
Miss Ebert.
Listing personal recognizance. It is true that Mr. Aviles currently has 2 warrants out of Linwood. Those are his only current warrants, as he has been turning over a new leaf and wrapping up all his issues. Additionally, he believes that the Linwood cases will be resolved pursuant to a plea deal with Redmond that is in the works right now. The only reason he incurred those Linwood warrants is because he was in custody at SCORE at the time. He was only released on June 30th. And you will note in the Linwood docket that he did write the judge a letter from SCORE, which has been filed with that court. So I'm hoping that those warrants will be quashed soon. He does apologize for those warrants. He is trying to take care of everything. There is no amount of bail that he would be able to pay at this time. And as you will see on the indigency form, he does receive public benefits and has no income supporting a household of 5 at this time. So we are requesting release on personal recognizance. He's making good strides in getting his legal issues wrapped up, Your Honor.
So he was in SCORE?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
For what period?
I believe it was I believe I got booked in June 7th to the 30th or something, or June, maybe it was the 9th. I'm not sure of the original date, but right before I was in SCORE, I was in the hospital in Overlake. Before that, so it was either while I was in the hospital in Overlake or it was while I was in SCORE, but I'm pretty sure it was while I was in SCORE. And I was very proactive about my court dates, and I wrote the judge a letter, and I wrote several kites and everything like that. And I was in contact with Feldman and Lee. Patrick Feldman's my attorney over there in Linwood. I was very proactive about being in contact with him about getting on the docket and getting that dealt with. And the only reason that the Linwood was still even open like that is because they were waiting to see what happened with my Redmond cases, and my Redmond cases are coming to a disposition, and they're going to wrap all of them up together and give me a plea deal. And the only reason that we had just scheduled it out is because I unexpectedly got bonded out by the Northwest the bail fund. My mom had wrote them a letter, so that's the only reason I was out of custody, that they had scheduled it out further without my disposition being already made. You know what I mean? So we were going to wrap that up, and then that was going to track, and then Linwood, Patrick was saying we were just waiting to see what's going to happen with Redmond, and then they were gonna deal with that accordingly and probably go with the recommendation with whatever I wrapped up in Redmond. So that's the only reason why everything was outstanding like that. I've been trying to turn a new leaf. I have 4 kids, 3 that live with me. I'm a full-time dad. You know what I mean? I can't be a dad behind bars. I've been trying to make strides in the positive direction. You know, I got my whole life ahead of me now, and these kids, they live for me, you know? So I just ask that you consider that, you know. That's all, Your Honor. That's all. I get a little emotional in terms of that. That's all. I'm sorry.
Your Honor, I need to correct my statements on the record. After looking up in VineLink, it looks like he was in custody from June 10th through June 27th in SCORE, per VineLink.
Because, Mr. Aviles, I have to say, driving a vehicle when you are DWLS 1, right?
Yes, and see the thing with that
I'm
is
gonna ask you not to make any statements.
Talk about,
Please.
yeah, I'm not asking for comments. I'm just looking at this and I'm seeing, I'm hearing you talking about the things that you need to do, caring for your kids and stuff like that. And I'm seeing stuff here where it is repeatedly back before the court, and it's that you're on the merry-go-round. And I'm looking at the times that you failed to appear in Linwood, and looking at it against your stuff that's going on in King County, and I'm seeing like you're in King County and you quashed the warrant in King County. There's a gap. You were supposed to be in Linwood. You didn't appear in Linwood, and then you get arrested. It's not that you didn't appear in Linwood because you were in the SCORE jail. You failed to appear in Linwood in May, right after King County. And you're in a situation where you just seem to keep collecting new cases. And that's just going to make it harder, right?
makes me correct.
I'm sympathetic that you've got responsibilities, but I'm not sure I'm seeing somebody who's paying attention to those responsibilities. I'm seeing the collecting of new charges. And a lot of these, they're not convictions, but they're situations where you now face the onus of having to appear in multiple different courts. And I see Bellevue, Redmond, in King County alone. You've got those two plus, what's this? No, that got dismissed. That's Redmond. Then you've got Linwood Municipal Court. You've got more Bellevue. And these are just open cases. That's closed. Okay, so those are all closed. So just looking at your open cases, that's at least 3 courts. Now you've added a 4th court. And I know every other judge. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm looking here at what your charges are. So I'm going to guess Judge Befew, because I don't see any other court, but Judge Befew probably told you not to drive, right? You don't have to answer that at this point. I know she did. And so I'm sitting here saying, okay, now I'm gonna throw my 2 cents in and say, okay, you didn't listen to any of these other judges, but you'll listen to me, right? When I put conditions on you.
Well, ma'am, I'm at this point, I'm willing to do treatment, probation, whatever you feel like would coincide with that and show you that I'm serious about it. I'm willing to do all that. I promise you, for my kids, I swear to you, I am. And everything is wrapping up right now. Like the Redmond stuff is wrapping up. I have the disposition for that. So that's all going to be taken care of, per the time that I didn't score. And the Linwood stuff is tracking with that. And so is the Bellevue, So I know it seems like a lot, but I am wrapping this stuff up and making a change in the right direction. I really am.
Are you working at all?
I have an employment opportunity as soon as I get done with this. And I have sober housing and stuff set up too, to possibly get.
He has been doing a carpentry internship, Your Honor, for which he was not receiving pay, but he tells me he has an employment opportunity coming up as well. Apprenticeship, not internship, excuse me.
Where were you doing the apprenticeship?
I was doing the apprenticeship with the family friend of mine. His name is Russell. He was just teaching me. He was taking me along with him on jobs and stuff, and he was teaching me the art of the trade. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I could provide his phone number and validation with that. If the court needed that.
No, I was curious about that. I guess the big hang up I'm having is I'm looking at that King County matter, and I see that the judge, it looks like you had failed to appear, and Judge O'Toole issued a warrant for you for $2,500. And that was in May, excuse me, that was April. And then there was, you got booked on it, the warrant return. Pretrial conference was set to June 7th. Okay, looks like you were in touch with your attorney on that. All right. Their docket is very difficult to read. And they failure to appear was noted, but it was a waiver of time for trial was filed by your attorney.
Who's showing up for court, Your Honor?
And your next hearing is August 1st, it looks like. All right.
That's when they're gonna wrap everything up, and then they're gonna make a video.
You didn't appear for court.
I just appeared for court on Friday. The day that I got the day after I got out of score, I appeared for court because I had court that day, and that's when they said it over.
And that was in Bellevue then?
No, that was in Redmond.
Was it in Redmond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that is noted in one of the cases. Their docketing system is terrible. All right, your pretrial conference on that is set for July 23rd in front of Judge Gelson.
Yes, ma'am. That's when they're gonna wrap it all up and give me my plea.
It looks from that like you were in custody, and that's when they signed the order releasing you from custody.
What happened was that the Northwest Community Bail Fund, my mom wrote them a letter, and they bonded me out. I had no idea that they were going to do that, and that was on a Thursday, and then I appeared in court out of custody on Friday.
I believe that is reflected in the docket on the Redmond case ending in 535, Your Honor.
So they showed you in custody at score on the 27th. On the 28th, they had a hearing.
It does also say release date 6/27 on that 27th docket entry.
Okay, I see that. And then the next day you had a hearing, and then a week later you are picked up on these charges.
I'm just asking for a chance to wrap all this up. I know it was a bad move, and I apologize for that, but I'm willing to do whatever I need to do to continue in this right direction. I really am. It's been hard. It's been a hard battle getting here, you know?
I'm just looking at, I see that bail jumping, looks like it was dismissed out of King County.
I promise I will show up at every court day. I solemnly swear. I promise you. I promise.
I understand the request, and unfortunately what I'm seeing is that request has been made a number of times previously. The one more chance argument looks like it is continuously being provided. I'm looking at all these dockets. You're promising everyone you're going to appear, and the next opportunity you don't show up. I know you want to make a change. I have no doubt of that, but I cannot ignore the failures to appear. So I am going to set bail as requested in the amount of $2,500 on each cause number for a total of $5,000. And I'll set this matter next week for hearing so that we can address this. But I can't ignore the numerous failures to appear.
Your Honor, but I've been appearing lately. I've been appearing lately to the courts. I've been making the change. Can't you see me trending positive? Can't you see me?
I have seen one time where you appeared. Other than that, there have been no other appearances. There's been a lot of times where your attorneys have appeared for you, but there are no indication of you appearing in court. We're done. I'm going to set this matter, Madam Clerk, on the 19th, Friday the 19th at 9:30 in the morning. And I have granted your request for court-appointed counsel at no expense. If you do post bail, you need to notify the court in person or in writing of any change of address, have no new criminal law violations for which there's probable cause, make an appointment with your attorney and make it to that appointment. They can't help you if you're not talking to them. Only use your true legal name and date of birth if contacted by law enforcement. Do not drive unless you are properly licensed and insured and do not possess, consume, or have under your control any controlled substances, marijuana, cannabis, or any other of the derivatives or drug paraphernalia without a validly issued prescription in your name. And so I will see you next week, next Friday morning at 9:30. If you do post bail, you will still need to appear at that time. It will be by Zoom.
That's 2 weeks away. That's like,
That's Friday the 19th. If you
So-
want to get on the calendar before then, you're going to call your attorney and talk to them. They know how to note it. All right.
can I ask, is this, because I have my other courts that I need to go to, like, are they, like, I won't miss one court because I'm in custody for this one, right?
I did not see any dates that conflicted.
Can we possibly talk about and touch back up on maybe releasing me the next court date, or?
You're going to talk with your attorney about what's going to happen. They can always raise the issue. All right.
Is it possible for me to request a sooner court date now, or would you like me to go through?
You can if you think that you would be ready to proceed at that next court date.
Ms. Greenwood, do you think we'll be ready to proceed later this week on this case?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, if we could just wait due to the number of transports that were not transported today, and I don't know who is going to be held based on that, and we also do have an in-custody trial that's supposedly a 3-day trial next week, so I don't want to set another date just yet due to the people that still need to be transported, if that makes sense.
It does. You don't think that even by Friday of this week, we would be clear? Because there is a huge number of people on the in-custody calendar.
I do have 4 or 5 people from the review calendar also that were in custody that I need to attempt to transport as well. So if defense could make the request, I will attempt to bring him earlier based on my ability to get those people as well.
All right. So what that means, Mr. Aviles, is that we're noting the request to come earlier, and we will try to accommodate that. We're going to keep you on the 19th to keep your place held there. Okay?
But it's possible that I might go earlier.
It's possible that it might come earlier. So if you're contacted and told to come down to go for transport, know that it means you're coming here earlier. All right? All right. So with that, that'll conclude this matter.
Gotcha.